Yo, welcome everybody, this is Happy Camper and I'm showing you some tips and tricks for Zeliard regarding the little skips that are in the game. So we're gonna watch this video on this is this is the current world record in any percent speed in the mixed speed category, which is the main category, and we can have a look on some of these things. So, the very first one that is interesting, the very first skip that is in the game, is in the very first dungeon already. So, I can go back here a little bit. So when we enter the first dungeon, we slay a few monsters. We go there towards the right. Oh yeah, I picked some almas because I need the money. I slay these because these are very important for the setup. So these two frogs, if you're very lucky, you can skip this. But usually what ends up happening is that they come down and mess your setup up. So that is why I go up there, kill those, come back. It's like, yeah, an investment of a few seconds, but yeah, it gets you more runs going, so to speak. So then we're down here. We go down here. There's another frog. Down on the bottom of the next level, there's also another frog. So we wait until he drops, then we kill both with the fall. And this is now the important part. There are these slugs coming from the right. And what we want to do is, we want to stack them on top of each other. So we'll just wait for a bit, because they are slow. Then we run away, wait here, go up the rope. The top one drops onto the bottom one. Like, you cannot see the bottom one, but it will happen. So I can also climb down, then I can jump down. You see these are on top of each other, and what this enables us to do is, like, there is this slope here on the left. With this, in this case, this is this bluish color, which means that you're usually not able to climb this. Like, this is slippery surface, and you can only go down and usually not up. But when an enemy pushes you, there's some collision, and it actually enables you to go up, as you will see shortly. Like, the top one pushed me a little bit up, because it was also moving into me, causing me damage. I was very lucky to survive that, but I got on top of this. And that enables us to, well, first I regen here, because I cannot do the boss fight. But this enables us to go into the very first boss fight from the back door. This is actually also quite scary, because we're still quite low on life. You see me taking a very long time for regen. Then we go into the boss fight. And since the door is a bit weird, because you're not supposed to go in from there, you spawn in the boss. So that is how you go very fast to the boss fight. Saves about a minute, 1.5 maybe. I think I actually never timed it out, but around that time, because it is a very long way, a very long path towards the crab. Let's go for the second skip. So that is quite a bit later. Ah, there we are already. So that is the 4th level, where my chat is trolling me a little bit. Where we got ice physics, so you're slipping, so you gotta be careful. There's pretty much the same thing going as with the slugs, but this time with these green blobs. They're quite slow, so what I need to do is I need to stack them again. So you saw when I entered the room, there was one coming from the right, but I try to go down as fast as, or like in a timely manner, like just running there to keep to not mess up the timing. So I go down there and I wait for a specific time here. So these two gather up on the left side and then they go to the right. And pretty soon after they go for the right, I climb up again and trigger the right blob to come down. So when he's about at the end of the door, I go away and then you see they are on top of each other again. And now you can go down this, or you can go up this slope, which is also not supposed to be climbable. You see my character is just leaning against it. And same principle as with the slugs, you go up there and you are skipping a huge part of this 4th dungeon. Yeah, pretty much not doing a lot of the path up there. There's like this tricky, actually let's keep it running. There's this tricky platforming section, and there's like, how much more of it's like, this is only like less than a third or so of the actual, so maybe like 25% we only did there. And it is way more, and also I think the more tricky ones are at the beginning, so it is a time saver but also a lifesaver, so to say. So that was part 2 of this certain trick. Later on, it is not, these tricks are not so important anymore, because in dungeon in dungeon 6 you get boots where you can climb such slopes, so then it is not necessary anymore to do any of these tricks. I need to go roughly to 23 minutes here now for the 7th dungeon and the last trick that we're gonna discuss. So this is in the fire dungeon. And there is a certain thing going on there. Maybe I need to explain a little bit before we do this. Actually, where are my sources? I can put an image there. So, image 2, it doesn't really matter. So, let's see if this works. Okay, this works. So this is... well, not of my own doing, but this is a map. Oh boy. This is a map from, yeah, you can find this on the internet, of this cavern here, Cavern of Korra. So we enter in place C, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, 1. That's the very end here. So we enter here. And this dungeon has some specialty, that there are invisible currents. You cannot go, it looks very open, this cavern, technically, like, as you could go anywhere, but there's a lot of invisible currents which push you back. These are like extremely thin walls that you cannot overcome normally. So all these blue arrows, they are telling you that you can only go this way. You hit a hard wall when you try to go through it. So you cannot go here, for instance. Also, you cannot go left because there is this arrow pointing in your direction, so in the direction you're coming from. So you can only go down here at the very first one. And there is but a certain trick to overcome this. So, similar as with the stacking of the enemies, you can also get pushed by enemies to overcome this. But you need a certain timing for that, and that is what we're gonna explore now. Because the enemies in this game, or in this room, are only these windhounds, or wolves, I think they're called in-game. They run pretty fast, so they catch up with you quite soon. So you gotta have a very good timing to do this, and that is what I'm showing now. So let's first go through this, and then we can go back to the stamp and watch it again. So I'm looking for this wolf to drop, and it's like you can barely see it. Like you can pretty much not see it because it's happening so fast. There was a wall here, and this wolf just pushed me through. So I'm now in a region where it would take me a lot longer to get here. So now I can go grab a key, which I need to open up the door for the boss fight, and I need to do this again. Like, we can watch it, yeah, we can watch that. I need to do this a second time to actually get to the door. So I pick up the key, then I need to climb up again to the door where I came through first and set up the same trick again. So you see here, this guy drops, he chases me, and I know from this position that it's working. So I get through here through the current, and I go to the boss here. So that is where I get, yeah. Actually, we don't need to watch this. Okay, so let's do an explanation. What is going on here? And how do you do that? So the moment you enter this room, pretty much you're on a clock. So my setup is that I just keep looking this direction. I keep looking this direction, a little bit forward until we see this guy. Keep looking this direction. I watch for this wolf to drop, and there is you can watch by the visual setup for me. The visual input for me is when this guy comes like around that height. So it is, you really got to pay attention that you don't wait too long, because then he will get too close and you cannot do it. I would need to yeah, I don't have a video here because this time I succeeded twice in a row. But if you fail it, it's not really a big deal. You just have to reset the room. It kills about, well, 15 seconds or so. So yeah, that is that you have to take into account. So you go here, you wait here. Let's go next frame, next frame, next frame. So it drops slowly. So this is recorded 60 FPS, so you see not every frame he drops. So about this height, you need to act. So I'm at this time I'm turning around. You could also find a different visual setup when you after you enter here, you can turn around. Then you would need to go, let's see, around the next frame. So you would need to start running when he is yeah, below that. So in between those blue bluish rope parts. So that is when I start to run. This guy will keep chasing me. There's when you are too early, or sometimes I think it's also the AI not really wanting to chase you for some reason, he will stay on top. Like sometimes he doesn't drop, sometimes it doesn't drop the wolf, and he keeps running up there. Well, at this time, same thing, reset the room. Climb up again, reset the room, try again. So at the second rope, like the first rope, it's hard to judge the distance, I think. For me, the second rope, I know when it works and when not. So there should always be a little space in between you and the wolf. If the wolf is hurting you, then you are too close. Like he can, if he caught up to you by the rope, you will take damage, and then it is unlikely to work. I think it never worked for me out if he pushed you, because he's too close. If he's one frame nearer, so if he's directly above your head, then what I usually do is I just kill him and reset the room, because I know it's not working. It has never worked for me. But in this distance it is perfect, because when I see this distance, I know I can drop, I can get to the wall exactly at the time when I need to, and the wolf will push me through. So just keep pushing. So I get there a little bit earlier on the ground. I keep running. He starts running and he catches me exactly when I hit the wall. And suddenly you see me being jumped, and that is when I got through the wall. So that is when I got through this wind wall, or however you want to call it. Thankfully this guy pushed me through, and that is exactly what is needed to do. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. There's one more I can explain. I probably can explain this at the dragon fight, because it is probably the most important use of this strategy. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so there I set up for the dragon fight. I take a little bit of damage. Or like I got some damage before because of the wolf. I usually here have to take a little bit more damage, because that is part of the setup here. So you see we have like a little bit more than 50% of this bar as life points. And what this is important for you. Yeah, you will see it in a second. So I put some saber oils on this sword, because the dragon is a very hard enemy, very difficult enemy. He has a lot more HP than you do, and he also deals a lot of damage. Thankfully, there is this blue bottle here, as you will see. Oh, I actually kept healing there for just a little bit. I don't know if that matters, but that mattered this time, but I did it anyways. So there's this blue bottle. Blue bottles always heal you fully. But the thing is, they don't really recognize how much they need to heal here. They would heal you for a full amount, like the whole HP bar. And the interesting thing is, in this game, these potions do not get cancelled when you take damage. So we take this potion, run into the dragon fight, or like run into the boss fight here, the dragon, and we try to get early damage. This time it actually didn't work out, so there's always a backup. We're using a Jew and fruit to beat this fight. You can get unlucky, then this doesn't work. But yeah, that is what you can do. I can show you maybe on another fight then. This is already too late. Yeah. Here at the level 8 fight. So seems to had been a rough room. Same thing, take some damage until this point in this case. Then, okay, I used some saber oil, I used the blue potion, I run in here. This guy actually actually deals damage to you very quickly. I just checked something again. And you see, he cannot kill me. He deals a ton of damage. This guy deals a ton of damage. But if you do this setup, he cannot put you below 0, because you always keep healing in this state. And therefore you get, you survive this easily. So yeah, that has been the blue potion trick. There is not much I think that I can tell you to this game, so that will be it for this guide. The very last boss is sadly a little bit of a disappointment, except that you need good timing to beat him. So I don't think I can like do a do good explaining what you're looking for, because I'm not really looking for anything myself. As soon as it appears, I just jump into this guy and hurt him. And when he runs around, I keep chasing. Like when he is not turning invisible anymore, keep chasing. And I sometimes use Guerra to damage him, because this guy heals very quickly if you cannot kill him soon enough. Anyway, that has been my guide to some of these tricks. I hope they are well explained to understand. If you have questions, just reach out to me. I'm usually available on YouTube or Twitch. So just reach out to me. I can help you if you have any more questions to Zeliard. Have a good day and see you around.